Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm so happy you decided to join me today for a reading all about what the next 3 months of your life are going to look like for you. If you're new to Pick a Card readings, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how it works. I have 4 cards laid out before me, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each card also has a corresponding candy, as I know many people like to pick their pile with something tangible. So pick the card that's resonating with you the most. If you're feeling drawn to more than one, that's okay too. It could just be that there's information in both of those readings that would be relevant to you. I like to conduct my readings completely intuitively, so I've only chosen one card here below, and then I'll be pulling from a few more decks during your individual reading. So you can go into the description box below and find the timestamp that corresponds with your specific reading, and we're going to get started right now with card number 1. All right, so card number 1, let's go ahead and get started. So we're starting off with a time for healing for you, which is telling me that you've probably had some maybe rough things happen with you in the last couple months. And this new period, we're starting kind of the summer and we're moving into nicer weather, nicer times, hopefully a time that you can spend with friends or family, and also a time for you to heal yourself. So I'm shuffling my tarot deck right now. We also have the Hanged Man as well as the Nine of Pentacles. The Hanged Man tells me that you might have been waiting on something. You might have been waiting on some news or waiting on some changes in your life to come. And I'm getting kind of the sense from the Nine of Pentacles as well that this might have something to do with work or with an accomplishment that you've been trying to achieve. That could be through school as well, or maybe a side hustle project or even a hobby. Just something that you've been working for, and you're kind of getting to the end of that cycle, and you're going to be able to almost enjoy the fruits of your labor now. You're not going to feel this kind of suspension anymore. You're going to feel that the project itself has completed, and now it's also time, I think, for you to heal. It feels like maybe with this Nine of Pentacles energy as well, you might have almost been overworking yourself, right? And when we have that energy where we're putting everything into something, as rewarding as that can be, it's also it also drains us, and maybe you don't even notice it at the time, but it's really going to be a time for you over the next 3 months to recuperate from that, to kind of put yourself into not a new project, but now focus on the next venture. But before you jump into that, it's really time for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to take a step back and just to heal from the kind of energy that you've been having to put out into the world. It's time to now kind of receive energy rather than give energy, if that makes sense. So with the Ace of Pentacles, a lot of times that can be just kind of attracting wealth, attracting prosperity, new opportunities coming for you as well. So it seems like with the close of this Nine of Pentacles, whatever that represents for you, it is going to be successful, and you are going to be able to move forward and kind of achieve the things that you were hoping that it would achieve. And when we see this card, the Sun, as well, I mean, that's really telling me that, you know, it's positive, it's warm, everything's going well for you. So in this time of, I almost want to say it's not really a time of healing, it's more of a time of relaxation, right? It's more of a time of just recuperating. Like, it's not that you're healing from any sort of wounds, it's really just that you're kind of healing the energy that you had to give out. You're replenishing your energy. So that's I think it's going to be a good 3 months for you, and I think that you're going to come out the end of that period feeling really refreshed, really warm, really vibrant, and feeling kind of ready to kind of take on what comes next for you. And we have in this card here Wonders, which is telling me, I mean, this Nine of Pentacles, whatever you have finished working on, or whatever, you know, is kind of coming for you right now, is coming to a close, is wonderful. It's bringing about a lot of great things for you. We see in that Ace of Pentacles and the Sun, whatever's coming for you in the next 3 months is going to be quite wonderful for you. But also with simplicity, it's kind of in correlation with that time for healing, is that you won't have to put much energy. You won't have to do much. This is really a time for you to kind of reap the rewards rather than having to work hard on things. So whether it's a project you finished at work or for school, or just in your personal life, some goals that you've accomplished, now it's time, before you set that next goal, before you set that next project, before you work on the things that you know, you want to achieve next, take some time, enjoy what you've done, be proud of yourself, and kind of just take time to have, you know, simpler interactions with people, and enjoy the simpler things in your life as well. Let's see what else we've got here. So we've got believe in the impossible, which is coming out right next to wonders, which is kind of just telling me some of the things that might be coming for you, I think, through this Ace of Pentacles and Sun energy, which to me represents the end of the next 3 months. You might have another project or another idea that to you seems a little bit far-fetched, but that's okay. I really think you need to follow your intuition. You need to believe in yourself. So after you've finished this kind of, this healing, this very simple and kind of relaxing time, at the end of those 3 months, you'll almost be feeling a little bit, not bored, but like antsy, ready to start something new. You feel refreshed. You feel like you've gotten that time for healing. You've gotten what you need out of it. And so then it's going to be time for you to really believe in yourself and the goals that you want to set for yourself going forward. And we also have here the work through your fears card, the new moon in Scorpio, which is telling me kind of a new start for yourself where you're going to have to kind of be self-reliant, kind of like embody some Scorpio qualities and kind of know that you can do anything that you want. You can do anything that you set your mind to and to really believe in yourself, and that even if you're a little bit afraid of the next things that are going to be coming for you at the end of this 3-month period, know that you're strong. Look back on everything you've been able to accomplish and know that whatever this new kind of impossible chapter of your life that you'll be starting at the end of this 3-month period is definitely something that you can accomplish. It's something you can achieve, even if you're fearful, even if it seems impossible. It's something bright, and it's something that is going to propel you into even another stage in your life. But we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, because I do think that represents the end of the next 3 months. I think what you need to focus on right now, what you need to start kind of for these next few weeks, is just really taking simple time to just relax, do some things that you enjoy, hang out with friends or family, find a way to just refresh yourself, replenish yourself, and meditate or whatever it is that you do that brings you kind of an inner calm is what you need to be focusing on in the next little while, just so that you're not burning out, and also so that you have a kind of energy reserved and that energy that you can pull on at the end of this next 3-month cycle when you're getting into this kind of new venture. So that's the reading that I got for you today, card number 1. Please like, comment, and subscribe below if you'd like to see more content in the future. I really enjoy connecting with you guys in my comments and hearing your ideas for videos. It's just really nice to see that the readings are resonating with you. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope that we get to see each other again soon. All right, so card number 2, let's go ahead and see what we have here. So we've got a bit of an ominous card. It says here, nothing will come of this situation. Let's see if we can pull a little bit more information on what that means exactly for you in terms of the next 3 months. It could, kind of my initial reaction to that is that it could mean that the next 3 months are really going to be a bit stationary for you. They're not necessarily having anything kind of, anything remarkable happening. It could just be a time for you to relax, a time for you to enjoy your life and not have to worry about too much. So let me see what we have. So we've got don't let your past hold you back, as well as your dreams need a practical plan. So it's telling me that it's possible that you have some plans for the next 3 months that are just perhaps not going to come to fruition. When I see nothing will come of this situation in correlation to your dreams need a practical plan, it's just letting me know that if you don't readjust and kind of reevaluate the plans and perhaps the intentions behind them or the end result that you're hoping to achieve, that it's not going to be anything for you. Sorry. And when we have don't let your past hold you back, that's telling me that you're probably acting or making plans out of fear, perhaps, rather than making plans for the things that you want. So a lot of times when we're trying to manifest things for ourselves, we focus on the things that we don't want to happen. But when you're doing that, you are actually putting energy into situations that you're trying to avoid. So when you're trying to manifest and you're trying to think of things that you want to happen, always focus on what you do want rather than what you do not want. And so when I see don't let your past hold you back, it makes me think that perhaps you have been focusing on the things that you don't want to happen and you're not really making a plan for the things that you do want to happen. And when you're doing that, nothing is going to come of that situation because you're almost putting energy into the things that you're trying to prevent. So what you need to do is make a practical plan for the things that you want to happen over the next 3 months, and think about how you can put energy into making that happen, what steps you can take in kind of the 3D to make that happen, but also what you should be working on inside of yourself, right? So let's see if we can get some information from the cards here to see kind of what else they can tell you. So we've got the Ace of Swords here, which is kind of telling me it's time to cut through kind of what's going on, all of the distractions in your life right now, and really get some clarity. And when we have, when we have this Two of Cups as well, that's often a love card, or could just be someone else in your life that is like a partner for you, a close friend, just someone that kind of complements you, somebody that you feel synchronicity with. And I think for the most part, this is usually a romantic partner, but it could also be like a platonic soulmate, just somebody who you're very connected with. And I think that this person is actually going to help you through this kind of what you're trying to achieve. So when we have the Ace of Swords energy, it's letting me know you're going to be breaking through something. You are going to make this practical plan, and you have plans that you want to achieve over the next 3 months. And I think this reading is kind of a call for you to know that you have to put some action in. Things aren't just going to happen. It is going to require some work from you, and that you need to make plans. And perhaps this Two of Cups and who this person represents for you could be the person that's going to help you with that. Or this Two of Cups could also just represent you coming together and kind of creating yourself wholly, right? So it's like a duality. It could be kind of two sides of your own soul kind of coming together, the light and the dark, and finding a way to coexist and finding a way to kind of be able to push past some of your shadow self and be able to almost reconcile that, I guess, with the light side and say, okay, I'm still going to be able to move forward. I'm not going to dwell on the past. I'm not going to let fears hold me back. I'm going to make a practical plan, and I am going to make sure that the situation and that the things that I want to happen are going to transpire just by putting out my intentions and by doing the work that needs to happen. So it seems like the next 3 months for you are really going to be a time of work. You're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to kind of put energy into the world to kind of mirror what you want to get back from that energy. And when we have this Seven of Swords, I think this might also kind of represent your past and what is holding you back. So this usually represents kind of a deception. It could be somebody who has wronged you. It could be somebody, it can be cheating. It could be somebody who stole from you. It could be just be somebody who betrayed your trust. It's representing somebody in the past that has wronged you. And because of that, you're feeling, and we've got the Five of Pentacles as well. So because of that, you're feeling you're holding on to the past pain, right? And then when we have the Five of Pentacles, it's the same thing. It's this kind of like a loss, a misfortune. Something happened, something really bad happened. And when we have both of these cards together, I can see it was really hard for you. What is holding you back is definitely not frivolous. This is something that has affected you deeply. And I think that what you need to focus on right now in these next 3 months is resolving that. Because if you keep carrying that burden forward with you, again, nothing will come of the situation. You're not going to be able to move forward to the next chapter of your life, which I believe is represented by the Page of Pentacles. This is kind of a new opportunity, a new venture. It's really representing kind of a change in the trajectory of your life. And to get there, to get to that Ace of Swords moment, to be able to create that new opportunity, you have to heal the past. So you have to heal yourself and these things that you've been through. And I don't say that lightly because I can tell from the energy of this spread that it's not great stuff. It was hard on you. But I think that there's some person in your life that can possibly help you through that a little bit. And there's also, you have this inside of yourself to get through it. So I don't want you to feel like you're going to always be burdened by your past. And I see here with the Thriving card that that's definitely the case. So we have, when you get to this Page of Pentacles, this Ace of Swords moment, which I think is probably at the end of the next 3 months for you, you're going to be thriving and you're going to be fulfilled. And we have that confirmation here from these oracles Oracle cards with the Page of Pentacles, with the Ace of Swords, that what's happening for you in the next 3 months is a lot of internal healing. But at the end of that cycle, you're going to have new opportunities. You might, you know what, the Two of Cups could even represent a new love for you at the end of this cycle, or a new kind of way that you look at love, that you're healed, that because for some of you, I do feel like this Five of Pentacles and Seven of Swords represents a bad relationship that you've gotten out of. But for other people, it's not going to be that. It's different for everybody, and it feels very intense. So I can tell that what you've been through is hard. But I also know that what's coming for you is really beautiful, and it's just a call for you. I think the cards really just want you to spend the next 3 months doing whatever you need to do to heal from that pain, to find happiness again, and to just be able to get yourself into a position where at the end of this kind of 3-month period, you can move forward, you can thrive, you can feel fulfilled, and you can be open to new opportunities. So that's the reading that I got for you today, card number 2. Please like, comment, and subscribe below if you'd like to see more content in the future. I really enjoy connecting with you through the comments and hearing your suggestions for videos. It just really makes me happy to know that these videos are resonating with you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope that we get to see each other again soon. Hello, card number 3. Let's see what we have for you. All right, be bold and make the first move. So that's telling me right away, some opportunities are coming for you in the next 3 months, but you're gonna have to take charge a little bit. So for some of you, this is definitely going to be in love, but I think it's also can be regards to career or school, or just something that you want to achieve in life, an opportunity coming for you. Sometimes opportunities present themselves, but you still have to do a little bit of work for them, and that's definitely the case here. So you have to make the first move. And I think that, oops, there we go. So we've got solitude and delight as well. And I think that when we see solitude, it lets me know that you're going to be working on something on your own for a little while. And then when we have be bold and make the first move, it's letting me know that it might be something you have to present to someone. So for some of you, this is, I think, with school or with work, it's just that you're going to be working on something on your own and finally have to share it with someone, present it to them, and you need to kind of take charge and make sure that you have confidence in yourself when that's happening. I think for a lot of you, though, this is probably a love reading as well. So it's going to be represent you on your own right now, and you're feeling a little bit sad about that. Perhaps the solitude card for me is always a bit of a somber feeling, but someone's going to come along, a delightful person that's going to come along and kind of spark an interest for you, and maybe you're not the person who usually makes the first move, but the cards are letting you know in this situation that is kind of the only way to proceed forward. There's going to be an opportunity, but only if you want it. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take it either. A lot of times, you know, if it doesn't feel right, then that's okay. But that's kind of what we're getting here, the energy that something's coming for you, and also the energy that you're leaving something behind. So when we have the Six of Swords, that's really kind of a letting go. A lot of times it's leaving home. A lot of times it's moving on to a new city. It could be moving on from a person, moving on from a relationship, moving on from a bad situation with someone. And then the Two of Cups. So again, this is kind of a romance card, meeting someone, somebody that kind of complements you so well, somebody that almost feels like your other half, like you fit together so well, and your weaknesses are their strengths, and their strengths and their weaknesses are kind of your strengths, and it fits really well. You fit well together, and a lot of times when this person comes along, it really quickly it starts to get serious. It's kind of this especially when we have this Six of Swords with it as well, you're moving away from something and right into something else, and so that's kind of with the solitude. And it's funny because they're both on ships as well. This solitude is almost this period of where you are right now. You're on your own, but that boat is going to start to pick up steam and move you straight ahead, kind of through the waters into this, the visual here is really beautiful, into this kind of, area of the Two of Cups, this finding somebody that you kind of fit well with, and finding somebody that maybe you have to make the first move on, but then I think it probably evens out into an equal relationship, especially with the Two of Cups. That usually represents a very balanced relationship. So we've got the Nine of Swords here as well, and I think this is probably your current energy with the Solitude. It's coming up right underneath the Solitude card, and Nine of Swords is almost like a catastrophizing worry. I often kind of make jokes with my clients when we get the Nine of Swords is that like you're worrying, but probably only 10% of what you're worrying about is actually true. The other 90% is you just creating more worries by worrying, if that makes sense. So a lot of times it's just, you know, anxiety, worry, distress, thinking about what if, thinking about what could be, and kind of catastrophizing and thinking about every possible bad scenario that could happen, and then internalizing that and being anxious and depressed about it. So it's a very kind of introspective card, but it's also, when this comes up in a reading, it's kind of a wake-up call for you to say, hey, stop worrying about everything that could go wrong and just start focusing on what's actually happening in your life. And when we have the Ten of Wands as well, it's kind of this... it's almost like you're feeling burdened by something, and I think in that Solitude card as well, it could be that. It could be that you're just feeling kind of burdened by being lonely, you're feeling a little bit oppressed, you want somebody to share your life with, and it can also be that you have a lot of responsibility or you have a lot of things that are on your shoulder, and this can sometimes be a call to share that with somebody, maybe with this new romance that's coming for you. Maybe this is somebody who's going to be able to help you with certain aspects of your life or help you achieve some of the things that you want to achieve. It's really just a call for you to look around in your life and find people that can support you with some of the things that you're feeling overwhelmed by. And I think that maybe some of that Nine of Swords energy is connected to the Ten of Wands as well, in that we may have kind of a lot of responsibility or a lot of worries that are weighing down on you, and maybe you can share some of that with somebody just even by talking about it, and maybe you can relieve some of these Nine of Swords worries as well just by talking about it with somebody. So we have here, I think this kind of wraps this up perfectly, a personal issue reaches resolution. So again, I think this is that energy of solitude and the energy of, you know, feeling burdened and feeling worried about things and having anxiety and just really worrying for the future. I think that through this Six of Swords migration and kind of into this delightful Two of Cups energy, you're really going to feel some resolution on things. You're really going to feel like finally things are falling into place. There's not so many things you have to worry about. You don't have so many burdens. It's kind of opening up a new chapter for your life by the end of these next 3 months period. And then with adjustments are required, I think again that goes into this be bold and make the first move, and this Nine of Swords and Ten of Wands energy of just needing to let go and needing to not worry so much about some of the things that you can't control, and also to let go of some of these burdens and responsibilities. So sometimes we take on a lot in our life because we want to help people, or we feel that we need to, we feel obligated, and you need to really take some time and look at what you're doing in your life right now and wonder if it's really necessary for all of that to happen. If you actually need to have every single one of those responsibilities, or can some of those be delegated or given to someone else? Start realizing that it's okay to say no, because you don't want to be in this state of solitude and this kind of Nine of Swords and Ten of Wands energy. You want to move yourself forward through that Six of Swords, let go of some things, let go of some of your burdens, and get yourself to this Two of Cups place where you feel whole, where you feel good inside, and where you're then able to share that with other people. So that's the reading that I received for you today, card number 3. Please like, comment, and subscribe below if you'd like to see more content in the future. I really like seeing your comments in my on my videos and kind of hearing suggestions for videos or hearing that readings resonated with you. It just makes me feel really good to know that the effort that kind of I'm putting in for you guys is being received on your end. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope that we get to see each other again soon. All right, so card number 4, let's see what we have for you. Oh, exciting. This is probably one of my favorite cards. A new start is coming. How could you want anything more for your next 3 months? So something good is coming for you, something exciting, maybe something to do with love. We've got the Page of Cups coming out, but let me shuffle and pull a few more cards before we kind of, before we see kind of what's going on here. So, yeah, I see some rapid energy. I see letting go of some things in the past, a new start. All right. Yes, this is great. This is good energy here for you guys. So I'm going to start out with the Five of Cups because I feel like that's kind of your current or maybe what just has happened. This is kind of a setback. This is forgiving past hurt, forgiving and letting go of some of your painful memories, some of the regret. Oftentimes this represents a breakup or losing a friend, losing somebody in your life, and having a little bit of regret because you still feel nostalgic towards the good times, but this is a call to remember that you lost them for a reason. People leave our lives for reasons. And I think when we have this Page of Cups right beside it, it's kind of an energy of let go of that because something new is coming. So this could be kind of a new it's a new start. It's a new emotional start for you. It's kind of new experiences that are coming for you. And oftentimes it's kind of a call to be a little bit vulnerable. Open yourself up. Know that, your past doesn't define you and not everybody is going to treat you the way that people in your past have. And when we have the Page of Cups, it's kind of just letting you know that someone's going to come along and kind of refresh the way that you look at love and sometimes refresh the way that you look at life. And when we have the Page of Wands, this is a really quick moving card. So this is all about kind of a catalyst for change, but like a spark-like energy moving forward really quickly. Oftentimes when I see this in relationship to a love reading or in relationship to the Page of Cups specifically as well, it's letting me know that this the new start that's coming for you is coming fast. If this is a romance for you, if this is a new person coming for you, these feelings are going to be intense and happen quickly. And then when we have the King of Wands, it's kind of this energy of like building yourself, but to build others. So working on yourself, building things for yourself, but knowing that others are benefiting from that too. And I kind of see that in relationship to this love reading is that like over the next 3 months, spend some time really working on yourself, making sure that you're the best version of yourself that you can be. Because I think at some point, probably a little bit more towards the end of the 3 months, or at least at the middle stage, somebody's coming for you. So you want to make sure that when that person comes, because this person is definitely going to kind of change some things for you in your life and change the way that you look at romance. I definitely think that you need to kind of find some inner peace with yourself. Make sure that you're the best version of yourself that you can be so that you're bringing yourself forward into this relationship in a way that kind of aligns with this person. Because I think they're coming to you already in this King of Wands energy. They're coming to you kind of knowing themselves, knowing what they want, and kind of being able to provide for you. So you want to be able to provide back, right? And we have this flexibility card, I think, which is also a call for you right now to move past that Five of Cups energy and start to really reassess the things that are in your life and know whether or not everything is serving you. Be flexible. Know that some things aren't going to be so easily you're not going to be able to let go of them so easily, but also know that some things in your life, even if you don't necessarily want them there, sometimes they have to be certain people, family members, or certain situations, maybe with work or school. Just be a little bit flexible and know that sometimes you just have to get through certain things and then you can move past them and kind of let them go. And I get that with the Five of Cups as well. It's sometimes you have to get through a situation to be able to move forward. You can look back on it and say, wow, that was painful or that was difficult, but you grow from it and it really does help you kind of move forward. And when we have this standstill, I think that's kind of where you are right now because you're not able to move forward from this Five of Cups energy. And you have to in order to be able to accept what's coming for you. So when I see this card, it's really a call for you to heal from that. Try to just let it go. I don't say that lightly, but try to just not think about it. Try to say, you know what? There's no use having regrets. There's no use thinking about what could have been. The decision's been made. This person is gone or this situation is over. I can't go back. So try not to think about it. When you do catch yourself getting into that kind of habit of thinking of that situation or wondering about it, just try to find something to do with your time. Try to find a way to move forward and say, this isn't actually doing me any good to be thinking about this, and find a way to not distract yourself, but a way to move forward and look forward. I definitely think this spread is very forward looking, and it's telling me that you have to focus on the future. The past is not really where your mindset needs to be. I also think, of course, to focus on the present, and that's where we have standstill as well and flexibility. Just make sure that you're kind of working on yourself and trying to build yourself up, but know that what's coming for you in the future is kind of prosperity. Prosperity lies ahead. So when we have what do you need to release, again, that's just reiterating this Five of Cups energy. energy, this energy of being at a standstill, not being able to move forward until you release the things in your past that aren't serving you. So when you're finally able to close that chapter, which I do see happening for you over the next few weeks, I think this reading is really going to be a wake-up call for you to say, hey, you're right, I don't need to think about this anymore. It's not serving me in my life. It's not doing me any good to dwell on this. And then you're going to be able to move forward through that. And then we have this Page of Cups, Page of Wands energy of fast moving, kind of, you know, moving forward towards something, towards this King of Wands energy where you're able to really build yourself up and help other people and feel proud of the things that you're doing. And that's where we have this prosperity lies ahead. So again, this can be in a relationship, this can be in work or school. It's going to be different for everybody, but what's coming for you and the things that are going to be prosperous for you, you're not going to be able to get there if you keep holding on to the past, because you're putting energy into things that you shouldn't be. So that's the reading that I received for you today, card number 4. Please like, comment, and subscribe below if you'd like to see more content in the future. I really enjoy seeing your comments and knowing that readings are resonating with you. I'm also always happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. If you want to send me an email, I'm always happy to arrange personal readings as well. And I just really like connecting with you guys. So thank you again for stopping by. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope that we get to see each other again soon.